Hey everybody, I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial just for fun on a Breezy Bowl t-shirt design. So feel free to recreate this if you want to put it in your shop, make it for friends and family, whatever. I don't care, feel free. I'm just going to show you guys how I made this very quickly. And it's really a good idea to do this for any event, big events that are going on, concerts, you know, Super Bowl, things like that. Pay attention to what's going on with events so that you can create a t-shirt that goes along with the events and make money. They're very big sellers, especially shirts for upcoming concerts. So I just started with a blank, and here's the mock-up. We'll do that at the end. I just started with a blank t-shirt template on Canva, and you're just going to grab your favorite photo. So get a photo from Google or Pinterest, wherever, of whoever you're designing for, and then upload it to Canva. So I'm going to grab this photo of Chris Brown. I'm going to remove the background because there was a white background. Okay. I'm going to make the whole thing black in the background because the shirts are going to be black. Okay. That's what I have in mind. So I want to see how it's going to show up on a black shirt. So we're going to make it black. I'm going to put it here for now. And then I'm going to, it's so easy, go to Elements and type in Spotlight. Okay, and I'm going to use this one, but you can choose whatever one you want. I'm going to place it right here for now, and then down at the bottom where it says Position, I'm going to send it to the back. And then I'm going to go back to Elements, and I'm going to put in City. And then I'm going to click on Photos, and I'm going to grab one that I like. The one that I usually use is this one. I'm going to remove the background on that as well. So we're just left with the skyline. And then I'm going to go to Filters and make it black and white because the design is kind of black and white. You don't have to do that, but for this design we are. So I'm going to make it black and white using the filter down at the bottom. And then I'm going to kind of crop the sides here and get it to fit how I want it to. I'm going to send it to the back like this. Make it a little taller, kind of like that for now. And then we're just going to crop it a little bit like to his sweater. And I might come back and fiddle with that after a little bit. And then we're going to do the wording. I use Text Studio, but you can use whatever you want. So we're going to head over to Text Studio. Okay, so we are in Text Studio. I have the Pro version. You don't have to have the Pro version. You can use the free version. I'm going to click on Metal, and you'll see there are anything with the little crown in the corner is a Pro version. We're not going to use that. We're going to use a free version here, the one in the middle that says Silver. Click on that. And then we're going to just replace the text. I want two different words. I'm going to separate them because I don't know how I'm going to place them in Canva yet. So I'm going to do it like this for now. And then I'm going to choose the font. They have a ton that you can look through. There's so many. I'm going to use this one, the Rich Regular. And then I'm just going to save it. You can change the color and stuff like that, but I want it to be silver. So I'm going to save it as a PNG file to my phone. Click download, and then we're just going to upload it into Canva. Okay, so now we're back in Canva, and I'm going to go to my uploads. And I'm going to grab the Breezy Bowl that we just did. And I'm going to crop out the bottom one. Put it like here, then I'm going to duplicate it and then uncrop it and then crop that top piece out. That's kind of why I separated them the way that I did, because I want to see how I want to place it here. So I want the word bowl to be a little bigger, kind of like that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into layers at the bottom and click on the city. And I'm going to drag it down here because I want some of that city design down at the bottom to bleed into the wording. And then I'm going to grab him and kind of make everything kind of even. So he's over the words kind of even. I'm going to click back on the city and put it up kind of like that. But you see down at the bottom, the very bottom of the city design where it bleeds into the wording, there's a harsh line going through the word bowl. I don't want that there. So I'm going to go into elements and I'm going to grab a black gradient, this one. And I'm going to send it backwards like this. And I'm just going to mess around with it a little bit because I want it to have like a fade effect. So we got rid of that harsh line, you can see now. Looks much better. I would leave it like that, but you can add any other elements you want on there. One more thing I'm going to add is a flare. So I'm going to go into elements and type in light flare and hit graphics. And then I'm going to choose one. Kind of hard to see, but I would probably use this one. Okay. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit, and then I would put it right here just to give it a little bit of a bling highlight, and then I would leave it like that. You can also make him black and white if you want to by going to filter at the bottom and going over to mono, and you can click on any of the black and white filters. I'm going to leave it alone like that. Okay, and then you're going to save it. You're going to click on transparent background and you're going to save it as a transparent PNG file. Click download and it will save to whatever device you're working on. Then I'm going to create another blank template. This one will be white. I'm going to go into elements and click on or type in black hoodie. And then there's a ton of them here. I'm going to click on photos and you find one that you like. This is the one I chose earlier. I'm going to remove the background. Okay, like that. And then you're going to just grab your saved PNG file. Okay, this is one from earlier, but you grab your saved PNG file and you just place it over your mockup, however you want it to look. Center it. Okay. And then you can use it for social media, for marketing, to show people what it would look like. You can put it on a t-shirt, a hoodie, whatever you want, a tote bag, whatever, a cup, whatever you're using. So that is how you do it. Your mock-up is going to be the most important thing that you put out. If you put out a mock-up that is not crisp and on point, it's not going to draw as many people in. So pay special attention to your mock-ups that you're putting out, because that is what is going to grab people's attention and draw them in and make a purchase. So when you're posting on your page or in groups, the mock-ups are going to be the #1 priority. That's what's going to draw people in to buy your product. So that's it, you guys. Quick little tutorial. Feel free to recreate, play around with it. Put your own flair on it. I love to see when people create things and share them in the group. So feel free to do that. And if you have any questions, let me know.